Okay, I'm still working on Kickstarter, and what I need to do now is I need to turn the other end of the shaft down. So, but before I do that, I need to know what length that diameter, what length this diameter has to be, so that when I put this on here, that there is no slop, because one bearing is going to hold it here and the other bearing will hold it from coming out. So I need to know what the distance is from this bearing face to that bearing face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gap here. I need adjustable parallels. Get my adjustable parallels out. Small ones probably. If I can get them out of the... Alright. Slide that in here. Put it in there. And then get my mic. And we'll see what that gap is. That gap is 425. Press it too tight, I guess. It's about 417. I think I pressed it a little tight over here. Just want it up where it's snug, not real tight. Yeah, 417. So that's the number I'm going to use. Double check. Okay, double check my math when I'm done here. Okay, so we got 417. And now I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to measure from this face to the bearing face with a depth mic. Like I say, it doesn't really have to be exact, but it'd be nice if there was no slop in it. Otherwise, the gear will slop back and forth. Take this off. Out, lay that there, and then I'm going to take a depth mic and mic that. Get my depth mic out. Haven't had that out in a long time. Old Faithful here. Oops. Should be around 500. And I just want to catch that inside rays. There, and that is Notice I don't use my ratchet. I have kind of developed the feel of my tools at what I need to use for and if you use your tools a lot, you know, and they're all my mites and everything, they're all about the same. So I am at 497. So we take the 497 and we will add that to the 417. So I got 914. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the bearing in this and then measure what I have there. So they don't press in real tight. I'm just going to take a minute here and go over. Just take it, squeeze it in the vise a little bit. They're almost hand slip in, but not quite. And I want make sure I got it seated all the way down in there. There we go. Now, it's actually below the surface, so that'll add to that dimension also. It's only probably 10 or 15 thousandths, I don't know. Or more. That is actually 36 thousandths. So add 36 to that. So we got 950. So what I want to leave in between here and where I stop with the 390 is 950 thousandths only in the middle. I could just go ahead and turn it all to no, I don't want to do that, because although then I could take and pull it out. Maybe that is a better idea, just to turn it all to it might be better to turn it all to 390, because then all I need to do is pull the pulley off and I can take it right out, rather than having to take this off every time I want to pull that shaft out. Was wanting to leave it heavy in the middle, but 950. You know what? I think I am going to turn it all down to 390. The only reason is then I don't have to, if I want to take this off, I won't have to pull everything apart, because I'll have the pulley will be on this side with a washer riding up against the bearing, and on this side when I make the gear I'll make it with a 1/2 inch long spud on it, so that I can butt that up against the bearing. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Turn it all to 390. turn all this diameter down to 390. I could have started with a smaller diameter then. Oh well. Okay, well, we'll reconvene at the lathe. Okay, I'm on the lathe again. I have my funky little driver here and the drive dog put on. And I got it between centers. I turned it around. Still loading on the center marks though. Yesterday I was running at, I believe, 600. And it was cutting pretty nice and not vibrating the crap out of everything. Okay, here we go. Touch off. And I'm going to take 50 right away. No, I'm going to take 100. Turn my feed rate up a little bit. Get a nice chip break there. Was getting a nice chip break. Turn it up a little more. I get this done, then I probably will sit down, figure out the gears I'm going to put on there, and make gears. I'm going to go with a smaller diametrical pitch, which will make a tooth bigger. I'm not going to go with such small teeth. I'm actually thinking about something up around a number 3, I don't know. No, not that big. 20. 20 degrees, 20 dimensions. I'll sit down and figure it out. Come on now. I'll have my chip break. Okay. I don't like those those little rings when it does that, but that one off. And we are at 450. 453. So I'm going to take 50. 20, 40, 50. Let me see if we got a little more. rate up to get a little bit of load on it so that it gives me my chip break. I like the stringy chips. Handle just fell out of my quick change. I broke the threads off that the other day, so I broke the handle for my quick change. I got to fix that too. Here's the handle. I stuck just a clamp or a stud in it. I put a stud in it for now, but yeah, I'm either got to make this over or just turn this and put threads back on it. It'd be just a little shorter. Yeah, it's just like one thing after another. Sometimes it's and actually I wanted to go for 393, I believe it was, when I checked that bearing diameter. I'm gonna quick check that. Get my snap gauge here. I don't quite remember, but I do believe it was 393. And just take a quick reading here and see what I'm at. And Mike dropping stuff on the floor. Hip 393 is where I want to go. So we are at 404. So I got 11 thousandths to go. So I'm going to take 10. Load it up with some oil. I'm going to slow a feed rate down now. Yeah, the threads on this was some goofy thread too. So what I did was, I believe it was, instead of a half 13, it was a half 12. Actually, it was probably some metric size. I don't know metrics. But anyway, I took a tap, ran it through there, so it is half 13 now. But I'm thinking that I can just take this shaft and turn it back, put half 13 threads on it. That much shorter, not going to hurt. Maybe I'll make a little video on single pointing. And I think I might have already done that. I'm not sure. Can't remember if I did a single pointing thread or a video or not. I don't mind single pointing. I wish I had set up the Harding has for the quick retract on the compound, but as long as I'm not slamming up against the shoulder, it's not no big deal. That was the first job I did on this lathe. When I got the tool changer, the threads were screwed up on the inside. The inside, which screws onto the what turns on to the collet. They had chipped the tool in the factory and nobody checked it, and they sent it out. Well, So I emailed them. They sent me another one. Second one was the same way. So I got fed up and I just loaded one up, went in and picked up the threads and finished the thread out. So I finished it on both of them. They told me to throw the old one away. Well, I fixed both of them, and then I didn't even email them back that, hey, the second one was the same way. Yeah, it's just like they chipped the thread, or chipped the insert, and then nobody was checking it. Either that, or they just didn't run the finish pass. Furnace is running now, and I'm getting roasted. Alright, let's check it once and see what we got. I got 390, about 395. Yep. So I'm gonna have to take a couple more thou. I'm gonna check my mic. Just a minute. That's something else that's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. When you see people take their carbide-faced mic and turn them together without a paper to clean them first. Never do that. You can mess up your carbide face on your mic. Bring them together on a piece of paper first. Never just screw them together. That's right on. Because if you screw them together and there happens to be, like say for instance, a piece of grit on there, you're driving it right into that carbide by turning it together. Always put a piece of paper in between when you bring it together. And you can see, it's right on the money. So, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I used this mic to check that diameter of the bearing race too. So I'm going to take 4 thou. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want it to slide on there. Nine below this morning when I got up. Supposed to get up to 15 above today. Winter just doesn't want to let go. Which is okay with me, I guess. I'm ready for spring, but it doesn't matter. It gives me more time to finish my engine here. Because once spring starts, then I don't spend a lot of time in the shop if it's nice out. This reminds me of a part that I used to do at work. We always nicknamed the pea shooters. We'd get them in lots of 1,000. And you had to hold plus or minus 2/10 on the diameters. And they always sent them to the tooling shop because the machine shop couldn't do it. I don't know why. Their lathe, their MC lathe, once it warmed it up, was very capable of doing it, but I guess the operator just didn't feel comfortable doing it, so he ran them a thou oversized so that we could bring them down to size. So, but that was all right. It was a boring job, but it was a very easy job. We used comparator mic and the old pea shooters. A friend of mine nicknamed them that. So we get them in lots of them. Anywhere from a couple hundred to 1,000 to do. Not exactly sure whether they went or what they were used for, but if you use a nice sharp tool bit, and there was no problem doing them. Back in the day. Well, this should be able to slide the bearing over it now, I hope. If I didn't make a mistake somewhere along the line. No, I'm blaming it on the meds. Like I said, it was the meds. That's why I undersized it yesterday. Okay, I'm going to take it out of there, and we're going to see. Rag and wipe this down. Plus I want to chamfer the end of this yet too. Alright. Where's the bearing? There's the bearing. Yep, it'll slide on there fairly nice. So, I want to take and chamfer the end of that. Although that is going to get cut off, but I still want to chamfer on it to start with. Get it back in the center here. And see if I can get in there with my chamfer tool. Should be able to. Run out on his head. Something's not quite right here. Oh, I see what it is. I clamped it and it pushed up against my driver. Can't do that. That's better. I noticed it was kind of spongy when I was tightening it up with the tailstock. That's much better. Wouldn't have mattered on a chamfer, but it definitely would have mattered on the diameter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bit of emery paper over it real quick, just to kind of clean it up. I don't really want to take it down much. That's good. Good enough. Now, take that off. Take the drive dog off. and then the gear will get pushed onto here and pressed on anyway. So, all right. So we can put this back together over here. Take that back on there. Might as well leave it off and take this off and then put it in the saw and cut that and then do these slots. Just like that. And that gear will go right there. Alright, so I'm going to take this off and then I'm going to bandsaw this off. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to put these 4 holes in and then transfer them into the wood, and then I'll have to take the motor off of there and drill the holes through the wood, put those inserts in. These I'm not sure what they're called. If somebody can give me a clue at what they're called. I know that they are used in furniture building, but you drill the hole and then it's got spikes around it and you just drive it in, and I don't know what they're called. But I got a whole drawer full of them. I don't know why I have a drawer full of them. Oh, I know where I bought these. When I was working on my boat. The seats in my boat. In my ski boat. That was many years ago. And they're still in the drawer. Anyway. That's what I'm going to take this off, bandsaw that off, and when I get the holes in doing the holes in the slots, I'll come back.